welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show here on WYAB. Don't forget, guys, Chip Matthews Experience comes up next. He's live here in the studio every Monday and Tuesday, 9 to 10 p.m. He's got an old newspaper out there ready to do it old school and actually read the newspaper on the radio. I'm kidding. He does have a newspaper, though. Hey, this segment is going to be brought to you by our friends over at Foremost Foundations and Construction. For foundations, Foremost uses innovative polyfoam technology that, with great precision, can in fact correct and restore sinking concrete quickly. Around all this Yazoo clay around here, this is probably a really good business to get into. Look, they provide solutions for long-term that can improve the ability of the actual soil to support the foundation or concrete slabs. Thanks to their specially designed rigs, they can drill and lift without the need for heavy excavation. The team has decades worth of experience, and they've tried all the old tricks. They know what works, and they have weeded out those that do not. Experts in foundation repair, polyfoam, drainage, seawalls, and retaining walls. Foremost Foundations. That's Foremost Foundations with a S.com. Foremost Foundations and Construction Company. Check them out. We all probably got some foundation issues. I know out at my folks' house in South Jackson, Byram area out there, when it gets hot, the front door swells a little bit, and you can't open the front door during the summer months because the foundation has slightly shifted over there. So good stuff there. Completely unrelated, John Cena has just followed your boy on X. I have no clue what I have gone viral enough for John Cena to follow me. I guess I will have to unpack that after the show. But over the weekend, since Donald Trump, since our great president, as Kim Wade says, the real president, by the way, since he got charged with 34 felonies. By the way, I am working on a new Donald Trump shirt today. I should have the design released later. We're of course we're gonna own the word felon. We're gonna take that word away from the Democrats. We're going to take all the venom out of that word. We're going to celebrate that, yes, I am voting for a felon. I have no problem. And frankly, if you've been listening to this show for any amount of time, you know that I have been standing up for felons' rights, nonviolent felons' rights since day one. I think they should be able to own a gun. I think they should be able to vote. I think they should be able to do all that stuff. I don't even think you should have to designate on a job application if you're a felon or not. They can do a background check, and they can figure it out if they need to. But I don't think they should be able to weed you out. I fully support felons. I support felons getting their voting rights back, and it's just by the grace of God that Clay Edwards is not a felon. Multiple times over. Just didn't get caught. So I'd be quite the hypocrite if I somehow automatically started judging the great Donald Trump because he got set up with some fake, sham, New York nonsense. But with all that said, he has raised, let me get my big voice on here, $200 million. $200 million since those verdicts came down Thursday. That suffice to say, that is the largest amount of money raised by any political person in that short of a time ever. Did you know last month, before even these nonsensical felonies came down, that Donald Trump raised $50 million, only being able to go politicking one day a week? You know how much Joe Biden raised in that same amount of time, being able to politic 7 days a week? I mean, let's be honest, he can't politic 7 minutes. He can't talk too. Joe raised $25 million, being able to do it however he wants. And our good friend, my Lord and Savior, Donald J. Trump, raised $50 million. He's now raised $250 million in the last 40 days. $250 million. Now, unfortunately, none of that's going to matter if the Democrats are allowed to steal the election again. Anybody who thinks that 2020 wasn't stolen, I got some oceanfront property in Jackson, Mississippi I'd like to sell you. Right along the Pearl River. Oceanfront property. You see bodies and all kind of stuff floating down the river. You never know what you'll see. Fishing off your back porch there in the Pearl River. Well, anyway, to that point, I'm going to bring this back home to central Mississippi here. Bennie Boom Boom Thompson. Y'all know who Bennie Thompson is. I don't have to give you the background. Has decided to put a bill forth that would take away Donald Trump's Secret Service protection if he were to go to jail. Basically what they're trying to do is he's sending a veiled death threat to Donald Trump. If you and I said that about Bennie Thompson, Secret Service would pay us a visit. So Tate Reeves made a post about this. And I commented under that post, and I'm trying to find it now. Tate Reeves called Bennie Thompson out. So kudos to Tate for calling out the Marxist Bennie Thompson. But I'd say, I'm pretty sure, and maybe somebody can correct me on this. Does Bennie Thompson get Mississippi Highway Patrol protection when he's in the state? Do the troopers have to ride around with him when he's in the state? I know Roger Wicker has a trooper dedicated to him. He's a senator. I believe Michael Guest gets security. I believe if Michael gets it, I'm pretty sure Bennie gets it. I think we should pull Bennie's MHP protection. Let him fend for himself. I mean, why should my tax-paying dollars protect that Marxist? Okay? People like black folks love to tell me on my social media, stand 10 toes down on what you said. Stand 10 toes down. I do stand 10 toes down. I'm standing 10 toes down right now. I think Bennie Thompson should have to stand 10 toes down on what he says. I don't have no security. Well, I mean, I'm secured. I can assure you. You can F around and find out if you want. But I stand behind the words I put out there. Bennie Thompson should as well. Here's Tate Reeves' response. It says, Bennie Thompson has crossed the line. Well, he's a habitual line stepper, by the way, Tate. He's a habitual line stepper. Bennie Thompson has crossed the line that is embarrassing for our state and dangerous for our country. His work to remove Secret Service protection from Donald Trump and leave him vulnerable after a sham trial begs the question, is it his goal to make it more likely that his political opponent is assassinated? Truly shameful outrage and a new low for the left wing in America. Bennie Thompson owes Mississippians and every American an apology. And that was in response to Jonathan Turley's tweet that says, in a race to the bottom this week, Rep. Bennie Thompson, Democrat, Mississippi, has pulled ahead. The ranking Democrat of the House Homeland Security Committee just introduced the Denying Infinite Security and Government Resources Allocated Towards Convicted and Extremely Dishonorable Disgraced Former Protectees Act to end Secret Service protection for Trump. I love how they keep using all these words. They just keep wanting to drive the point home. I told y'all the day after this happened, hell, I said it on my live feed in live time as this verdict was coming down. What the Democrats are going to do, they want to make Donald Trump's new first name convicted felon. And every time they say Donald Trump is going to be preceded by convicted felon, they want to drive that into your head. So I say we take another Democrat's advice. I hate Eminem. I do. I've never thought he was a good rapper. I just do not like Eminem. I see he got a new album out right now. Everybody's fawning all over it. To hell with Eminem. But when he was playing a character in a movie, when he was playing a rapper in that 8 Mile movie, that battle rap movie, he gave some really good advice at the end of that movie. Or he did something that I've actually used and I still use to this day. And I know I've said it on the show before, but I'm going to say it again for those who have not heard it. At the end of that movie, he's doing that battle rap with old dude, Mekhi Phifer or whatever his name was. And he knows that he's about to call him trailer trash. He knows he's about to call his mom a dope fiend. He's going to say he's poor. He's going to say all this stuff about him. He's going to mention that he had sex with his girlfriend. He's going to do all this stuff. So what did Eminem do? Or his character, Rabbit, I think was his name in that movie. He took all that from him and said it about himself before he could say it. And it rendered those words completely useless. And that's what we're going to do with this convicted felon nonsense. We're going to wrap our arms around it. And we're going to wear that with a badge of honor for Donald J. Trump. We're going to wear convicted felon. We're going to make it a thing. Just like on my Twitter feed here, on my bio, it says, washed up has been, legend in my own mind, GD grad, saving Jackson one show at a time. But you don't think I heard the stuff y'all was saying about me? after I got out of the nightclub business, when I started the Save Jackson page, oh, he's just a washed up, has-been, legend in his own mind. You know what? As a matter of fact, I am. As a matter of fact, I am. Now more people know me for this than knew me for running nightclubs, so I guess I've done pretty well for myself. And I am a GED grad. Do you know that my GED is worth more than your JPS diploma? That's right. I graduated from college at Hines the same year my class graduated high school. I was just too smart for y'all. GED worked better for me. I couldn't be told what to do by a bunch of teachers I knew more than. Just be like that sometimes. Anyway, that's Mississippi in a nutshell. Oh, by the way, I'd be remiss if I didn't get to this story before I get out of here today. Jane Avenue in Jackson has got to be the deadliest street in the city right now. Bobby Rush Boulevard, it'll catch up. It'll catch up. But right now it's Jane Avenue. In the last, what's today, Monday? In the last 10 days, last Friday, not this past one, but the previous one, Memorial Day Friday, you had the two black kids roll up just randomly shooting at and carjacking that white family over there. It went super viral. Got caught on a Ring doorbell. It's been played on every news show in the country. That was Jane Avenue. Then there was a murder at the Mini Mart. Sounds like a country song. A murder at the Mini Mart a couple days later. I think that was on Sunday, on Memorial Day. And then this past weekend, Jane Avenue, by the way. And then this past weekend, there was another robbery at a park on Jane Avenue. First off, just in the last few weeks here, we've had a lot of murder and robbery in city parks. Avoid city parks. Remember going back to Easter at Battlefield Park? Like a 8-year-old kid got shot and 3 other people in that mass shooting at the Easter birthday party thing. Yeah, I hadn't forgot about that either. Then the guy got killed at the tennis park at Palm Bridges by that guy. And now a woman was at the park on Jane Avenue with her 3-year-old child having a picnic or doing park stuff, whatever it may be, playing on the playground. Some thugs, some Jacksonians, some little Talibanians roll up in a Chrysler 200, not even a Chrysler 300. It tells you what we're dealing with here. It's like somebody not even being able to afford an Altima having to drive a Sentra. They pull up in a Chrysler 200. Got ski mask on because, man, these folks love their mask. I don't know if they're trying to hide their identity or they're still scared of COVID. They get out. They arm rob this woman who's at the park with her kid. They steal her car. And what do? They run over the 3-year-old kid with the stolen car. That's Jackson, Mississippi. That sums it up in a nutshell right there. And you know where? Thank you to my buddy Michael for pointing this out to me. Do you know what's right across the street from that park? Do you know it's right across the street from that park that's located on Jane Avenue? Oh, yeah, before I tell you that, last year, y'all may remember my whole skit about avoid snow bunnies that hang out on Lynch Street. The white girl, her and those guys kicked in that door. They killed that man. They kidnapped that baby and got arrested on Lynch Street. That was Jane Avenue also. The Jackson Police Department training facility is located on Jane Avenue. What the hell is going on in Jackson, Mississippi? The Jackson Police Department is located on the deadliest street in the city, and we can't prevent this stuff from happening? That tells you the level of respect or lack thereof these thugs have for authority and for everything else. We'll be right back to land the plane for the day.